Okay, so we're ready now on step 2 to create the lookup field. Hopefully you remember and have reviewed in your textbook on how to create a lookup field. Your instructions said add a lookup field student type to the student table. Here's our student table. So if we open that table, then we change our view by clicking on views. We want to go to design view. We're going to add, it tells us to add student type to the table after the student name field. Here's our student name field. So I'm going to click on that row, right click, and from our shortcut key, I'm going to insert a row. So this is going to be named student type, and this is going to be a lookup field. So when I click here, click the little drop down arrow by, I'm going to use the Lookup Wizard, and I'm going to type in the values that I want instead of using them from a file. Click Next. All right, this lookup field is going to have ELM. I'll just tab. HSS for students in high school. ELM was students in elementary and middle school. And SAT for students enrolled for the SAT tutoring. So all we need to do that and click Next. So our student type will have to be one of these. We click Next. What label would I like for my lookup field? Well, it's student type. Tells me that. And my instructions. Do you want to limit entries to the choices? Yes, I do. And I'm not going to allow multiple values, so I'm going to leave that blank. Then I'm going to click Finish. Okay, here's the student type field that's been added. Now, if I'm going to save, click Save. If I go back now and look in Datasheet view to my students at my students table, here is student type. Okay, I do not have any values in there yet. All right. So my next step is going to tell me to create and run an update query. So this update query is going to automatically populate the student data type, and it tells us to put in the update query SAT. So then all of these should say SAT when we run this query correctly. So close this out. We're going to click Create, and here's our different tabs for our queries. We're going to go to Query Design and add our students table to the list. Now, here are our different query types, right? And we want an update query, okay? So not a delete query, but the update query. Here it is. We're going to click on the update query, and this is going to be on student type. So I double click. Here's my field, student type. Here's the update query that I'm going to run, and then my